Factually inaccurate. Morally correct. This is Babylon Bee Radio. Our top story. After managing to make $200 billion disappear in a single year, tech entrepreneur Elon Musk was made an honorary member of Congress by unanimous vote. Lawmakers had reportedly peed themselves with excitement, imagining what Musk could do with an omnibus spending bill.
Making him an honorary congressman was a no-brainer,
said Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders while staring in awe at Elon Musk's financial losses and drooling a little bit.
He makes us all look like amateurs. We had to team up and work together just to make $2 trillion disappear.
It is with much chagrin and distress that I vote to make Musk an honorary congressman,
said Rep. Kevin McCarthy.
I have standards. I would have been more comfortable with a conservative loss of $198 billion.
It was reported that other conservative members of Congress were equally upset about bringing Musk into their fold because of reckless spending, but voted him in anyway because Pelosi told them to. At airtime, Elon Musk's net worth mysteriously shot up after being voted in, as has happened to all other members of Congress. According to reports, a group of clowns has gathered at the Capitol building to debate over who should be the next king over all the clowns.
Okay guys, I got my eye on you. Quit clowning around,
said clown Dan Crenshaw as he attempted to calm down the other clowns.
It's time to get down to clown business and figure out which clown should be top clown. Stop laughing, guys. This is serious.
Crenshaw then honked a giant red nose he was wearing and made a sad face. Bob Latta, the honorable clown from the state of Ohio, concurred.
Kevin McCarthy is the right clown to be king of us clowns. Let's meet the clown challenges we were elected to tackle and get this clownery done for the United States of America.
Latta then dove off a tall diving board into a tiny pool. A late-breaking update to this story, the QAnon shaman, aka the Buffalo Guy, has received the majority of votes required to become Speaker of the House. After being informed in prison of his surprise election, Buffalo Guy released a statement saying,
"Oh yeah! Hey man, let's do this thing. Woo!"
Several new Republicans and Democrats in Congress expressed heartbreak over the new speaker.
He isn't qualified. He doesn't even know any lobbyists. Pathetic.
Congressman Crenshaw then put on his giant squeaky red shoes and ran out of the building. Police released Buffalo Guy and escorted the new leader of Congress to his new office at the Capitol, at which point he lit up a bong and defecated on the desk. Several Americans polled said they are glad to see the office of Speaker being finally given all the respect it deserves. This week, 60 Minutes host Scott Pelley held a sit-down interview on the universe's ecological sustainability with a figure who has been both dismissed as a doomsayer and celebrated as humanity's best hope for longevity on Earth, Thanos.
Little one, it's simple calculus. The universe is finite. Its resources, finite. If life is left unchecked, life will cease to exist. It needs correcting.
Thanos spoke to CBS's Scott Pelley in an interview that many onlookers called, quote, ominous and awkward. When Pelley pressed the hulking purple figure on who would do the correcting, Thanos demurred, opting to rub his knuckles and gaze wistfully into the distance, mumbling about a grateful universe. In the video, Pelley attempts to ease the tension with light jokes, but is met with sharp glances, outbursts, and declamations. One specific moment has already gone viral for eliciting cringes. Thanos overturned his chair when leaping to his feet to proclaim,
I could simply snap my fingers and they would all cease to exist. I call that mercy.
Pelley chuckled uncomfortably when Thanos drove his point home with a theatrical snap, eliciting a growl.
You have my respect, Pelley. When I'm done, half of humanity will still be alive. I hope they remember you.
Golden Globe winner Danny DeVito has been tapped by producers of The Chosen to portray the character of Zacchaeus, a man known for climbing a tree to see Jesus because he was so short. Series showrunner Dallas Jenkins.
Didn't even have to audition him. Danny's presence is undeniable. He just exudes Zacchaeus. There's just something about him.
DeVito, who currently plays the role of Frank on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, said he was drawn to the role because he loves money. In an interview with Entertainment Weekly, the actor-director said,
What is this, some sort of frat boy comedy? Whatever. I'm in.
Promotional material for the show will reportedly feature Danny DeVito front and center as Angel Studios looks to capitalize on their actor's stature.
We made felt copies of Danny for the Sunday School flannel board. Now kids can put Danny DeVito in the tree themselves,
said series producer Darrell Eves.
That's called brand synergy.
DeVito's hoping his stint on The Chosen will open up more opportunities.
Maybe they bring me back for the big finale. I don't care. I'll climb up the cross too. I'm Danny DeVito!
Rumors also say DeVito's a frontrunner to play Joseph Smith in the upcoming Chosen series sequel, The Chosen, The Golden Plates. Pastor Karen Eunice of Pittsburgh's St. Andrew Lutheran Church has released a new innovative Bible reading plan where people commit to 1 year of never reading the Bible.
My plan is designed to be like an easy, wide path that everyone can follow. Simply keep the Word of God closed, with all its bigotry and intolerance, and believe whatever you want. Christ accepts all. What could be easier?
Pastor Eunice reportedly came up with the plan after hearing about martyrs of the early church, stating if those people had just quit reading and believing the Bible, they would have never been killed. As part of the program, Pastor Eunice will send out weekly encouragements to help people keep their Bible shut.
This week, we remember that after thousands of years of human ignorance recorded in the Bible, 21st century American progressives have at last discovered the truth. Next week, we will focus on how the Bible calls every single human sinful, instead of simply affirming every stray whim of neurochemistry.
Pastor Eunice also added not going to church as part of the yearly commitment and was now working as a CrossFit instructor. Local third-grade teacher Ms. Gaywood, she/her, became frustrated during the first day back from the holiday break when she discovered half her students had detransitioned and were no longer identifying as mayed-up genders.
You are all beautiful specks of uncompromising individuality. And now you're conforming to a heteronormative patriarchal society.
A frustrated Gaywood complained to a group of children who had been fearfully and wonderfully made as unique individuals in the image of God.
What happened?
Students who had relapsed into a toxic heteronormative lifestyle admitted they weren't sure how to act as anything other than who they were without their instructor's constant guidance.
I forgot your lesson about mansplaining.
Mansplained Robert Cliff, a young boy who previously identified as a powerful she-elf named Persephone.
And my older brother said I can't have babies. You lied to me.
Ms. Gaywood reportedly tried to ignore this setback and begin lessons on the racist history of Greek mathematicians in light of the antebellum South, but the class became unruly and asked her to define what a woman is. Ms. Gaywood, who said she would have clutched her pearls if she was one of the stereotypical women who like jewelry, immediately complained to the school principal and contacted Child Protective Services.
These kids are being raised by their parents.
At airtime, CPS representatives from the Portland area had relocated the unruly children into gender-affirming foster homes. In order to entice more customers who are looking for a real, authentic Italian dining experience, Olive Garden is now requiring all their waitstaff to use that funny hand gesture Italian people always use.
When our customers walk through our doors, we want them to feel like they just walked into that magical land known as Italy. Per favore, grazie, salute. See? So real,
said Olive Garden CEO Dave Smith, gesticulating wildly like an authentic Italian. To add to the real Italian feel of the restaurant, staff are also being asked to talk about soccer, wear stylish shoes, and sexually harass customers as often as possible.
The new rules are kind of hard,
said Travis Woodson, a waiter for the restaurant.
I don't feel very Italian. I'm from Indiana. I lived in Idaho for a little bit too. Mamma mia! Spaghetti! Italian a word, eh?
Witnesses say several onlookers oohed and awed when they heard Woodson's breathtaking accent and accompanied hand gesture, perfectly executed with the fingers and thumb joined and pointing upward. Meanwhile, Taco Bell has announced they would make their restaurant more authentic by setting up Virgin Mary votive candles throughout the dining room. Find more fake news you can trust at BabylonB.com. The B Radio podcast features officially curated content from the Babylon Bee, scripted, voiced, and produced by Austin Robertson. Additional voices in this episode from Bettina, Emma, Jarrett, and Travis. Don't miss an episode. Subscribe to B Radio on YouTube, Spotify, and at BabylonB.com/podcasts.